Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a nice simple project. You don't need very much for it. There's many variations you can do. There's pearl, those are real pearl and sterling silver. These are just a quartz like crystal bead, and this is also a snowy quartz with an AB coating. There's the bead for the hat is tourmaline and a sequin. And then for these ones I've used gold over sterling and sterling, but for the purposes of this video, because I'm running low on supplies, we're just going to do a more economical version. So I've got a surgical steel with a gold overlay or plating. Same with these. These are, I think they're just a basic wire. Then we have 8.5 millimeter snowy quartz and a 6.5 millimeter. You can go smaller if you want, as long as there's 2 millimeters between these two, and then another 2 millimeters. I believe these are 4. Oh, there might be small. Oh no, they're 4.2. So there should be 2 and 2 millimeters difference. And then just a plain old black sequin for the rim of the hat brim. And yeah, and then we'll need some flat, so no teeth in these. I've had these for like quarter of a century, so you know. And these are just tiny. They used to be purple. They faded. I've used them so much. They're just tiny. We got the little round nose and the tiny little needle nose. So we start out just with the head pin. Super simple. I just usually got to make sure that the little head is bigger than the hole. It sounds obvious, but sometimes they aren't. And you just start out with one bead, 2 beads, a sequin, and then these are kind of a cube tourmaline that are faceted, so they're a little extra sparkle. And that is it. And then to do the little, yep, everybody does this a little bit different. I try to get as close to the hat as possible. Hold it nice and tight, bend it around, and just circle it. You'll get used to if you've never used pliers before. I mean, if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. But and then I just bring that around. Of course, my hands are a little slippery because I've been putting on the hand lotion lately. And of course, I brought everything except my clippers. So that's your little loop on the top there. That tourmaline is just a little bit cracked, but for the purpose of this video, oh, there's my clippers. Now, I'm working on speed here, so, and plus I'm trying to make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm working at a height I'm not used to working at. I would normally put that a little tighter and just going as close as you possibly can. I'm using my old clippers because these are steel, and these no longer have a nice tip on them because I used them for steel last year, and it will break. These are $100 pliers, so obviously we're going to make 2 of those, and it's a nice, quick, easy project if you're doing any kind of Christmas bazaar, fair, anything like that market. It's fast and effective, especially if you use higher end quality materials. These sequins, you got to be careful. Sometimes there's 2 of them. No, I think that's just 1. And fast, effective. You can make multiples. And then there's make sure it's good and tight there. I wash my hands about 5,000 times a day because I work in long-term care, so I tend to get chafing and whatnot. This is literally not as neat and tidy as I would normally do it. I apologize for that, but I just want to get this so you can see, and then just straighten that out. You can always come in with your little needle nose and tighten that up. And then the loop, you can use a jump ring in the middle. I tend to like things closer to my ear rather than too dangly. So there's one little earring right there. And then a lot of people tend to want to pull the loop this way, and you don't. You just want to bend it to this, like so it's like that, rather than pull them apart, and that way you keep the round shape. And then you have a nice cute little pair of seasonal earrings. And that is it for that. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, leave it down in the comments. But that is our little snowman earrings. Thank you for watching.